I wish I'd terminated the pregnancy. My mother didn't whisper it. She announced it across the linen-draped table at Il Giardino, loud enough for the waiter to freeze mid-pour. Every conversation in our private room died. Crystal stopped singing. 20 faces turned toward me, waiting for the reliable daughter to fold. Instead, I smiled, small, sharp, lethal, and the night cracked open. I grew up in a brick colonial on a maple-lined cul-de-sac in Syracuse, the kind of neighborhood that mails Christmas cards to itself. Inside our house, Gravity had a favorite child, and her name was Lauren. My little sister arrived 3 years after me like a correction to a mistake. If Lauren scraped her knee, Mom dropped everything and cradled her like a wounded dove. If Lauren doodled a crooked heart, Dad framed it above his desk at the insurance office. My victories? They were greeted with a distracted "That's lovely, honey," before the spotlight swiveled back to its rightful star. At 16, I took the state chemistry prize. I carried the trophy home on the bus so the corners wouldn't dent. Mom glanced up from painting Lauren's nails bubblegum pink. "Wonderful," she said, then added, "Lauren starts pediatric rotation shadowing next week." Actual lives, Elise. That's what matters. Actual lives. The phrase became the yardstick nothing of mine ever measured up to. I paid for it anyway. Literally. While Lauren breezed through private college on scholarships and parental adoration, I worked doubles at the campus gym, cleaned dorm bathrooms at 3 a.m., and still graduated summa from Northwestern with zero debt. Because someone had to keep the lights on at home. My parents never asked how I managed. They only texted reminders when the mortgage draft date loomed. Years later, when Harvard Business School sent the thick envelope, my advisor hugged me and cried. My mother said, "That's nice," then launched into Lauren's latest miracle shift in the NICU. Still, I fooled myself into believing distance might fix them. I moved to Austin, accepted a fat offer from a boutique strategy firm, and, like an idiot, flew my parents in for the celebration dinner I paid for: private room, Wagyu, sommelier on standby. I wanted one night where they saw me. They arrived late, empty-handed, eyes already bored. My mentor raised a glass. "Elise is the sharpest mind I've mentored in 20 years. Dad snorted into his bourbon. "Sharp is fine. Healing is eternal." Mom patted his arm. "Exactly. Lauren delivered twins last week." "Twins, Elise." The room went cold. My CEO tried to rescue it. Elise closed the Meridian deal single-handedly. Mom cut in, saccharine smile gleaming. "Honestly, I don't know why Elise always needs so much attention. Lauren never makes everything about herself." Then, casual as seasoning a sauce, she looked straight at me and said it. I wish I'd terminated the pregnancy. A fork hit porcelain like a gunshot. My heartbeat filled my ears. I waited for the tears, the collapse, the scene everyone expected from the dutiful daughter. Instead, I felt something ancient unlock inside my chest. I stood. Chair legs screamed across hardwood. "Excuse me," I said, voice steady as steel. I walked out past the stunned waiter, past the valet who tried to hand me an umbrella, into the thick Texas night. Rain hissed on the pavement. I didn't feel it. By the time I reached my loft, my phone was bleeding missed calls. One text from Mom. "You humiliated us in front of strangers. I hope you're happy." Happy. The word tasted like rust. I opened my banking app. For standing transfers glowed, parents' property taxes, Lauren's residency fees, Mom's Nordstrom card, Dad's country club dues. My thumb hovered. The old Elise begged me to wait, to fix, to absorb. I canceled every single one. Click, 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 click. The silence that followed wasn't hollow. It was cathedral. 2 months later, they showed up unannounced, faces pinched with panic. Lauren's program had cut stipends. She needed 30 grand by Friday or she'd lose her spot. Mom didn't bother with hello. "This is an emergency, Elise. Family helps family." I leaned against my kitchen island, coffee in hand, and studied them like exhibits. "Funny," I said. "You told me I should never have been born. Hard to help family when you're not actually family." Dad tried reason. Mom tried guilt. When neither worked, Mom's mask slipped. "After everything we've done for you, You've done nothing, I said, except take. I opened the front door. Rain had started again, hard pellets against the glass. If you're here to apologize, I'll listen. If you're here for money, the conversation ended the night you wished me dead. They left without another word. The door shut with the gentle finality of a coffin lid. I waited for the guilt. It never came. Instead came promotions, speaking gigs, a viral LinkedIn post that crashed my inbox with stories from the invisible siblings of the world. I read them on my new balcony overlooking Lady Bird Lake, city lights shimmering like spilled coins, and realized I wasn't broken. I had simply outgrown the box they built for me. I am not the daughter they ordered. I am the woman I fought to become. And for the first time, the quiet doesn't scare me. It sounds like freedom.